Alright, welcome everybody back to another Dark Monster video with Icarus, and today, it's a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's going to be actually a Syn tutorial, kind of like a best of 3 match here, on how to play, good old Shadow Syn, my favorite deck, as most of you guys know. I've had a lot of people asking about how to play it. People have been struggling with how to play it and just wanting to know matchups, and I figured, since I know somebody who plays one of the best decks in the game, in Icarus, my buddy Navarro, who is definitely one of the people who play tons of yellow now at our locals, and kind of migrated over to playing Icarus because he wanted to play a really good yellow deck, and might as well play Icarus. And I felt like this was a good matchup to kind of show off against Syn. And I'm going to be doing some of these with a bunch of people throughout the next few weeks, just because there are a lot of different gameplays that go on with this leader. And basically, we're going to kind of treat this as a normal match, but there will be a lot of talking on my part and just talking out plays, even if I'm like, hey, I have this in my hand, this is what I'm going to be doing, just to kind of show you guys the plays themselves, and we'll try to take it as serious as we possibly can. How you doing, Navarro?
Doing good, man. It's holidays, getting ready for that Christmas.
Right. And you've played against this deck quite a bit, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
And what's your experience with this?
The extra cards. You play them, I mill a lot, I lose, sad face.
Now his yellow deck is pretty primed to hit two of the biggest things with this deck, which is my draw power, or consistent cycling ability, and my ability to use extra cards for free. And yellow has two very, very good cards. Obviously, one there you can see to the side, Absolute Annihilation. The other one being the Super Namekian, which both of them hurt this deck quite a bit, but they're probably the only two problem cards that the deck actually runs into outside of hand destruction. So this is going to be a good match here. So win, lose, or draw, be a good experience to kind of show some people on how to play the deck here. So we'll roll for top here. High roll, and I got a 10.
I'm gonna re-roll because it fell off my desk.
That's
I got a 6.
All right, so I'm gonna go first here. Right, so the main mulligan for this being a Syn player, realistically, you want the 1-drop Haze, Nova, and probably your Unison or an extra card. So we're actually going to keep our whole hand. So our whole hand's pretty it's pretty good here.
I will be keeping 3.
Yeah, we'll just keep the whole hand. The whole hand's actually pretty good. Hitting a 1-drop, hitting a Unison, hitting the draw Nova. Everything else is just kind of extra stuff. So as long as you hit those cards, you can keep everything else. And obviously, we did hit all of those, all 3 of those cards, so that we hit some extra stuff. Then helps us push for a prominent, especially since we're going first. You want to be able to apply a Toa down turn 1 very, very quickly, just so you have it on board. Let me know whenever you're ready there, Navarro.
You can go ahead, good buddy.
All right, so I do need to get out my don't know if I have that dice with me actually or not. So I always keep a mill dice. It's kind of toxic, but people have been kind of noticed. Most people who played this deck enough, they know that I run a mill dice, and I don't actually know quite where it is. But the idea of it is you keep track of your opponent's cards and deck once they get past a certain point. So we'll probably just use these two D8s here, just so we have some. Once we get down to 16 cards, we can kind of keep track. All right, so turn 1, you either charge an extra card or just a battle card that you have multiple of. So we'll charge a Haze, and then we'll play Unison. Easiest play. We'll uptick, cycle a card, and really here, I mean, cycling, you can basically cycle anything back, just because you're going to be able to draw everything. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to use Nova effect to basically we warp him, we burst 1, and we search top 5 for battle card under 5. And 2 best cards here. These are 2 of the best cards you want to hit. So we're gonna choose. We're gonna choose for this matchup probably Syn. Oceanus is great, but we need to make sure that we stop Lord Slug, and if Lord Slug is on board already, that card's basically dead, so we have to kind of hold off to that. And then we're gonna pass.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna charge an extra card,
Which is what this basically his deck wants to do, so that way he gets his Mecha Freeze and Negate online much quicker.
Mecha Frieza, Goku Steadfast Assistance. Have to get those ready.
Yeah. Mess with my lighting here a little bit.
Alright.
We obviously know that's my Unison, so.
So what to do? I guess we will swing at your leader.
Yep, we'll say no negates.
Yeah. Draw, take a life, and then we'll keep it at 10.
Alright, we'll take the damage.
And then we will pass from there.
Alright. So in this matchup, you have 1 of 2 things. So Navarro has learned not to play out Slug turn 1. We could easily play out this guy on turn 2 and just warp it. So if he had that in his hand, that's why he didn't play it, because he knows. He knows not to do that. It's just not very smart. So for us, with him being at 7 life, we don't want to push him too much. We don't want him to get to 5 so he can awaken himself, right? So we have to kind of play around that effect. So we're gonna put we're gonna charge a rage. Now generally I would be charging extra cards now, but my hand is all battle cards, so it's a little awkward. So we're gonna do another warp there, and unfortunately we milled one of our tech cards that we run, which is very good in this matchup actually. Just because we hate Absolute Annihilation and Slug. But we're going to take the 8. Oh, we can't take the 8 drop. We'll take this guy, Matron. Does the same sort of effect that the 8 drop does, but we can also take from the drop area. And this card's really good in this matchup because he has Deflect, and yellow is known for playing tons of cards with counterplay effects. So being able to get around those counterplay effects gives us a very good answer to a lot of his stuff. So we're going to swing Toa at leader.
I'm gonna say no negates.
10.
You will take it.
So it goes down to 6. Now the reason why we did that is because he can just tap this with Power Super Saiyan, and that gives him a free play for his Poutine, and we don't want to see Poutine. Poutine's just not very fun for us. So that's why we swung with it, and we're not really getting the leader swing here because he's at 6. So we're not going to swing with the leader this turn just because it's not really worth it. But we will tap 1, play out Haze. We'll do the cycle, add a 1-drop Haze to hand, and then we will tap 1, play out another Haze, cycle, grab the 8-drop, and then we will pass.
Okay. We stand, draw.
Yep. Now the reason why I played these 2 out, because I'm pretty comfortable on 2 energy that Icarus is not going to be able to kill both of these guys. It just gives him something that he has to worry about now for next turn, to where he may not want to tap all of his energy, because I can go in now with 2 3-drops plus my leader plus my Unison plus the 8-drop, and it's just not something that he wants to deal with. So
we're gonna charge a Lucius from a flash.
Yep.
Then we're gonna swing at your leader.
Yep, no negates.
Draw, take a life. We'll keep it at 10.
Alright, cool, we'll take it.
And then we will pass.
Right. Oh, I have my secret rare in my hand. Yeah, surprise. Yeah.
Oh boy, a searchable secret rare?
It's pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
It's even more searchable when you actually hit it off the top of your mulligan, so it's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna try to Oceanus. This is generally a dead giveaway that I have a second one, but you have to worry about it anyways. It don't matter. And you see all 4 of them in this deck. It's not that big of a deal. So this turn, we don't really have a super way of awakening yet. 'Cause obviously, we haven't been drawing extra cards. That kind of sucks. So we're going to uptick our Unison, draw, and we're going to bottom deck. And against Icarus is okay if we awaken late, because realistically we're playing for the long game in this matchup anyways. I would love to have hit some extra cards by now, but we kind of just have to play around it. So we're going to tap 1 to tap this Haze. Response to me playing out a 3-drop.
No response.
So in this case, because he knows I already hit this card in my hand, him activating a counterplay, I could just play this card instead, and then the card's not affected. But since he's not going to play it, we're going to play the 3-drop Haze. We'll auto effect. We'll grab the 8-drop.
Yep.
And we're going to swing at his leader.
And from there, I'll say no negates.
We'll leave it at 15 crit.
Alright. I will take the crit damage.
Yep. So he's got to take that. Now he'll restand at the end of the turn. So now he's going to, basically this attack here, he's going to awaken. He's going to do a bunch of stuff, right? So we're going to first swing at his leader.
I'm going to say no negates.
Okay. So we're going to pitch the Omega here. We drew him too early. We don't really need him. And then we'll do the Scry effect off him. We'll grab the 1-drop. And we'll leave that at 10.
Alright. So I will awaken. I
Yep.
will draw 2. I will combo a Higher Dragon, draw a card from activate battle. And then combo out to 20.
All right. Yep. So now we have to pressure him at a higher life total. And here we're going to do something very cool. So we're going to tap 1. Tap the Haze. Response to me playing a 3-drop.
No response.
All right. So now we're going to play out the Natron here. And the reason why we play him out is so we're going to scry the top card. But now we get to absorb his higher dragon that's in the drop area. So now we have that underneath him. And now he can't use that to draw next turn, forcing him to use something else to draw. And here we could probably go in for another damage, but we have 1 energy up. We kind of want to keep that up just in case he plays something else. So we're going to pass and then restand our leader and Haze. Now we have 2 blockers plus leader blocker on board, so it's feeling pretty good here right now.
So I think I'm going to charge a base over here. We'll tap 1 for a baby slug.
Yep, it's fine.
Draw. Then we'll go into big slug.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will swing at your leader.
No negates.
This 20k.
Alright, so he's gonna swing 20k at my leader. Currently, technically, right now, we can still draw because he does have another battle card on board, but we're still gonna take the damage anyways.
We will swing at your leader.
No negates.
I will combo a Higher Dragon, go up to 20, draw a card. Just 20.
Alright. So we're gonna activate battle here. Spirit Boost 1 to do Whirlwind. Now Whirlwind will make him mill 1, and we search top 5 for a battle card. So we're gonna take Nova. And in response to the battle card, we're going, in response to me making him mill a card, we're going to activate the Double Striker from my hand, which is a Spirit Boost effect, for 1. Response to the 3-drop.
You'll come and rest from Goku Steadfast Systems.
That is fine. So he still comes in, and this card makes you mill top card of your deck. And then we get to scry the top card, add the ultimate wind, or ultimate energy ball.
Since Bond 2 is in effect, would you be able to add that card?
No, I would not be able to.
Alright.
So that's fine. So we're not going to do the second pitch effect, but we will just take the damage. Go down the 4.
Alright. We will activate main, we'll draw a card.
Yep.
Response to me playing on Higher Dragon.
Nope, that's fine.
And then from there we will pass.
Alright. So now he's got 2 boys on board that we need to be able to warp before we can actually start drawing off of cards, which essentially makes my Unison useless at the moment. It's typical higher dragon stuff. So our charge of Unison, our Unison's probably safe for most of the game. So now we have to kind of get rid of his cards here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to swing at Slug.
No negates.
And then here we're going to warp his blocker. So he couldn't even block. So if for anyone who's newer to the game, he wasn't able to block there anyways because my auto procs before his blocker effect does. So we're able to warp the blocker, get it out of the way. Just something to keep in mind for any newer players. Cards in hand. 12. Okay. So here you're gonna find out pretty quickly if the Icarus player really wants this Slug to stay alive, or they're okay with it dying. A lot of the times they will try to combo at least maybe 1 or 2 super combos just to save this guy. But we're going to be really greedy, and we're going to Spirit Boost to give him plus 15, which will make Navarro mill a card. All right, there's a super combo, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to combo both of these higher dragons, which will take us up to 40.
Okay. Cards in hand?
We have 7 cards.
Okay. So you having 7 cards, I will combo save this guy.
Yeah. So he's gonna use a lot of super combos here, and some other stuff to try to save him, which is fine. We're not too worried about that. We just want to basically make this the Icarus player use some cards in hand to try and save this guy, because realistically, this is one of the most important cards for yellow to play against me. And if you can force them to rip cards from their own hand by swinging at it, it ends up making it much easier. So there's 3 super combos out of his hand already, 2 from comboing, 1 from the mill. He can't use Final Flash, so now he has to just dump 5Ks. So he's currently at 40 and then 45. So that puts you out of the range. So did that. So here we are going to swing 20k at Slug.
No negates.
We'll leave it at 20.
25.
All right. Cards in hand.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. So he lost a few cards from hand. Obviously, he used 2 super combos, so he didn't lose that much. So what we are going to do is we're going to tap 1 to play Omega. We're going to sack off the 3-drop. And the activate main triggers first, which is get to warp a battle card. So I'm going to warp Higher Dragon. And then the auto now, since we have Bond 2, we can activate that. Grab this guy from our... Pretty cool. So now we're going to swing 30k at Slug.
No negates.
No combos, just 30.
And he'll die.
And now he's going to die. Yep, so that's the right play there. Once you get this guy on board, this is basically your Dark Broly card. Most 20k, 15k bodies are just not going to combo out. It's just not really worth it. But now we're going to awaken since we're at 4 life. We also, I believe, have 7 dragons in the drop anyways, so it doesn't matter. Always keep track of that too. You always make sure you're doing that correctly. So we'll restand 1, draw 1, flip. And here now, we have a good time to pressure him because now he is tapped out, and we don't really have to worry about Bond, any weird stuff like that. So we are going to we're going to swing at, we'll swing at leader.
No negates.
All right, so we're going to draw 1 card. Our leader gains 5k when he attacks. And we will super combo, sparking 5, draw, leave it at 30 single.
I will take it.
All right. So he is, how many cards in hand now? 12?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here we're going to do, we're going to make this kind of our aggro turn. So we're going to play Omega. We have to warp 7 of these guys. And we're going to choose the battle cards. And probably Whirlwind. Because we want to be able to get this back with our 1-drop Natron that we do run. So we'll do Scry Effect, add that guy to my hand, and we're going to swing into leader.
No negates.
All right, so here is a very, very important turn. So you have to figure out how you want to kind of maneuver this turn. So he has 12 cards in hand. He's going to be able to combo out of this for sure. Actually, let me do something real quick before I do that. So what you want to do is you actually want to activate this first. Activate this first. That sucks. But you want to be able to see if you can hit any other super combos, which we were not able to. We're just gonna grab that guy. Probably should have actually +1 my unison, but it's fine. I'm a dummy. Happens sometimes. All right, so we'll uptick the unison one, draw a card, bottom deck, and we will choose 0 to put back. We will swing at leader.
No negates.
All right, so here he's got a lot of battle cards in hand. So one possible extra card will take him to 25, which takes him down to 11 cards. And then if you do the math there, 11 times 5, it's like over 50k. So without an actual super combo, not really a good chance of me being able to combo that high. So what we're gonna do though, we are going to combo up to 40. This will make him use a super combo if he has it, plus a good amount of his cards. So 40 triple strike.
Alright. So I'm going to start off by comboing a Higher Dragon.
Makes sense.
Card. Uh, 25. 30. 35, 40, 45.
All right, so we took a chunk out of his hand there, which is great. And you're at 3 life still, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're not going to attack with Syn. There's no reason to give him 2 extra cards to going into his next turn. We got 2 mana up for either Rage or Natron. Rage or Oceanus. We're sitting pretty here, so we're just gonna pass and restand these cards here. So he's gonna go into his turn. He should have, after draw, you'll have what, 8 cards? 7 cards?
8.
8. Okay, yeah. So if you do the math right, so now he's gonna charge, go down to 7, and now we he's at 3 energy though, so 4 energy. So not much he can do for 4 energy. If he tries to swing at us, we can Oceanus. He may cooler, but probably not, because then that takes him down to 1 energy. So
yeah.
we'll see what the Icarus player can actually do here.
We'll activate main. Draw.
Yep, that's always good. Be able to draw.
Spawns me playing a High Dragon?
No. And the one thing, if your opponent will always do that, they'll always ask you for if you have responses, and this deck runs 0 counterplays other than the unison one. So unless you get really tricky and you run Super Kamehameha, which seems really bad in this deck. I don't know. So what are you thinking right now, looking at my board and looking at your hand? What's running through your head?
I'm thinking, should I possibly play out Absolute Annihilation, or should I just go with Turles? Because I could KO 2 of your battle cards if they don't have barrier in rest mode.
That's true.
But then Absolute Annihilation will make you pay 2 for your extra cards.
Right. But then is it worth tapping 3, knowing then you have to play super defense next turn?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Now, obviously, there's a chance that he has a Mecha Frieza in hand, which will definitely slow down my turn, but that's here nor there. So probably going with the Turles play here. That makes the most sense. Yeah.
And then Turles, when he's played, I get to KO something in rest mode. I'll KO one of the 8 drops.
Which one?
The one on top. Does he have barrier?
The unique guy or the triple strike?
Unique guy.
Okay.
And then his second auto is I get to choose another card in rest mode, KO, or I get to draw a card.
Yep.
I'll KO another guy in rest mode.
That makes sense.
We'll swing at your leader.
Yep. So here's just an easy Oceanus. He didn't swing at leader, which is it's a weird state. You have to either do that, but now he doesn't get his leader draw with the Higher Dragon. So we're gonna pitch a Rage, and we'll do the Scry effect off of this guy, which would be a Natron. Scry effect off Rage, which would be another double striker. So now he has to mill 4 every time, which is definitely an option, but it looks like your deck's a little thin, so probably not a good idea.
Yeah, no, I'm a pass.
Okay, yeah. So how many cards do you have in your deck, by chance? Probably like 22, 23.
24.
24, okay. Pretty close. Don't ask me how I know this stuff. Like, it's, I don't, I'm just so weird. Count. Yeah, I just count every now and then. It's pretty important. Try and count what your opponent has. All right, so we're going to. All right, so this is kind of a interesting turn because realistically with Syn, 5 energy is probably the most you ever want to go to. You don't really need to go higher than that. And against Icarus, because of Bergamo, which it's gone now, but because of Absolute Annihilation, we're going to go to 5 just in case we need to activate extra cards. Gives us a little bit of extra oomph. So here we have 2 different plays we can do. We can swing at Haze, which we know he's probably going to hit Mecha Frieza, which is fine. But we want to get the Higher Dragon off the board. And how many Higher Dragons do you have in the drop? You have 2, right? I mean, 2 in the warp, 1 in the drop.
I have 1 in the warp, and then I still have 1 in the drop. The one you absorbed.
Okay.
Or did that guy get knocked off already?
Yeah. Yeah, I sacked him off a while ago. So
yeah, he gone. All right.
So
yes, 1 in the warp, 1 in the drop.
All right. So what we're gonna do here is, he's gonna make a freezer probably anyways, just because he pitched 1 off of a combo. Good chance he has another one. Yellow always has. They just seem to have these cards all the time. So we're gonna swing at Leader. Pending auto. Okay. Very interesting. So pending auto, we're going to warp the Higher Dragon.
Yeah.
And we'll combo up to 25. So this is either Power of a Super Saiyan play to tap down other stuff, or he's going to just Final Flash it. So we're at 25 crit.
Super Saiyan.
Yep. And what'd you tapping down?
Draw a card. I'm gonna tap down your double striker.
Yep, so it makes sense. And then possibly the Poutine play. You have the Poutine?
I do not.
Okay. And Poutine and Poutine, for anyone who's playing this deck, Poutine does not matter. Poutine is probably the worst card you can play against this deck because this card just warps it. So
I immediately bottomed that at the moment I saw her.
Yeah. So he knows, but most other players, they'll just play Poutine just because it's normal yellow stuff. But when you can just free warp it for this, and then they just wasted a card from their hand for nothing, and then milled a card. So,
yeah, that he's crit, right?
Yeah, 25 crit.
I'll take it.
All right, down to 2 now.
Yep.
All right, so now we're in range. He could potentially try to Mecha Frieza, which is definitely something that's probably gonna happen here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing at Turles.
On the game.
All right, so that basically means he does not have Mecha Frieza in his hand right now. Our leader goes up to 20, so we're swinging 20 at Turles. And what we're going to do is we're going to Spirit Boost off Toa to go to 30. Mill the top card of your deck for me.
Oh.
There we go. And then we're going to Spirit Boost to play the Syn. Response to the Syn.
No.
All right, so you mill another one. Yeah. And then we're going to grab this, and then we're just instantly going to play this to make him mill another card. And this is the fun part about this deck is you're able to just grab these extra cards in the combo step, and then just kind of force your opponent to mill some extra combo cards, because that would have been his top draw off of the Higher Dragon that's potentially in his hand. Which so that's why we did it, just to get rid of that potentially card. Now I obviously didn't know that card's there, but it's RNG. We'll tap another one, make you mill another card, and we're doing this. We're just kind of sifting through the deck, finding pieces that we potentially may need. I drew too many ones, and we'll draw an Omega, which is the card that we wanted to see anyways. So we're swinging 35 at Turles.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's not gonna combo to that. So we have 3 extra cards in the drop. We're just gonna +1 on our unison. That's a card in my hand, of course, obviously. And we'll bottom deck 1. We'll bottom deck this, and then we'll cycle back 3. Now, if you have a 1-drop in your hand, which I don't currently, I charged him. You always want to keep 1 extra card in the drop that you can add. So I keep 1 ultimate energy ball in there, and these 3 will bottom deck. No real specific order, doesn't matter. You shuffle your deck with these 2 cards anyways, so it doesn't really matter which order you put them back in. And then we'll swing double strike at leader.
Nothing.
All right. Well, can hand dump here. Doesn't. I mean, how many cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, probably not going to hand dump here. We'll probably just go up to 25 since I know he doesn't have any super combos left. So that's going to get at least 3 cards out of his hand, if not a final flash. Yep.
Draw. Oh.
Yep. Okay.
You're at 35, correct?
Oh no, I'm at 25.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, and we obviously don't run an overwhelm on this deck, so that's something we're gonna do. He's at 2 life. I mean, we're pretty comfortable sitting there with that. So we'll pass, restand our guys. And we'll see what he's got.
This is tragic. This is a tragedy.
Just haven't really seen good cards in hand, huh?
No. I'm gonna activate main. I'm gonna draw a card.
Yep.
That doesn't help. The higher jack. Alright. Tap 3 for the unison. Like,
yeah. So we're gonna use Ultimate Dragon Sling Bullet.
yeah, I'm just gonna kill it. Don't even.
Alright. Go ahead and mill the top card of your deck.
You got it, bro.
Yeah. So we kept that in hand because yellow, that's really the only unison that most yellow decks run, is going to be Trunks. So there's a chance he would maybe try to play it out. If you guys don't know what this card does, when your opponent plays a unison, they take a marker off for every 2 cards in the drop of the warp, or they put the unison in the drop. If not, they can only attack once. So he put it in the drop, that way he can attack more than once, which is signals he probably has an overwhelm in his hand.
Swing at lead.
And we're going to Oceanus. Actually,
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, no. I can't Oceanus. I can't Oceanus. I have 1 energy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
No. But we will warp the higher dragon in the combo step. And before the combo step. And then mill 1.
That's horrible.
Perfect.
Just 15.
Alright, we'll take it.
Hey.
We've played this matchup a lot, so we kinda...
We play this song and dance every day.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I'll just pass.
Alright. So, once your opponent starts to get that monotone thing in your voice, you know you got him. It's a good little mind trick. And, I mean, our hand's pretty snapped, too, so we're actually not going to charge anything, and we're just going to swing one of the pre-release guys at leader, which is going to possibly get a Mecha Frieza.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep, there's a Mecha Frieza, which is fine. Not worried about the Mecha Frieza here. So we're going to swing Haze into leader, and we will tap the unison, because we're not really worried about the unison too much.
None against.
All right, Otto will warp the Mecha. We'll leave it at 15 crit.
20.
All right. The reason why we swung with this guy is because he's going to restand at the end of the turn anyways. So I would rather swing with him and put him in rest mode now, so that way he can't power Super Saiyan him. So here we'll play out 1-drop Haze, cycle a card, add a 3-drop, and we're playing him so that way we can attack with leader. And we're going to tap the 1-drop.
No negates.
All right. So we'll draw. And we will leave that at 20.
Unfortunate to take that.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And so here we're going to tap 1 for Omega.
Yep, that's a thing.
And we'll sack off the so we'll sack off one of the guys in rest mode. So we'll sack off the 1-drop here and cycle a card into our hand, and then we'll swing at leader. We'll tap the other double striker.
No negates.
All right, so cards in hand.
5.
Okay, so there's a good chance he can't combo out of this, so we're just going to combo the secret rare.
Yeah.
+5, go for game. And then if he would have comboed out, then we would have just played the secret rare out for 1 and then swung for 40k.
I'm so sad. My last life is another mecha season, bro.
So yeah, you only saw what two that whole game.